So let's talk about the International Cancer Week. It's a conversation that never leaves us, really. Everyone has had some sort of impact, negative impact, either directly, indirectly, talking either family members or even personally when it comes to cancer. And it's always important to speak about these things, raise awareness before they become an issue, because early detection can be the difference between life and death. We're joined on the program this morning by the Director General of Nigerian Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment, Mr. Usman Aliyu, joins us from our Abuja studio. Welcome to the program, Mr. Aliyu.
Thank you for having me.
Well, this is a big conversation, but it looks like amidst all of the talks around the economy, politics, security, cancer usually flies below the radar, but it's also very important. I want you to speak to just how much attention you're getting, your work is getting, and cancer is getting in Nigeria from Nigerians amidst all of these contending issues.
Okay, so thank you very much for the question. Cancer, as you know, is one of the non-communicable diseases that we have in the world, and the incidence is rising. And it will continue to rise if nothing has been done. For the World Health Organization reports in 2022 reported that we had there about 20 million cancer cases, and more than half of that is there about 10 million deaths were also recorded at that year from cancer. So you can see from that angle what the report had shown in 2022. Back in Nigeria, it was also reported that there are about 129,000 had the disease in that year, with almost about 80% that recorded in that year. So, and previous research from the well-renowned oncologists in the world, Prof. Pekin reported that this incidence of cancer will continue to rise unless and until the world do something. And the country hit the call, that's our country, and establish an agency that is purely meant for cancer prevention, research, treatment, and control. The institute is there about 2 years now, but the impact of establishing this agency has been felt virtually all over the country.
Well, Prof, so it's important to also properly situate these things, because I think the reason a lot of people seem to not pay attention to cancer as much is because it's been tough for them to link maybe the cause to the disease itself. I mean, for malaria, they can always say, oh, it's the mosquito, so people know what to avoid, right? For flu, people know what to avoid. But for cancer is all over the place. So speak to us about the Nigerian situation, Prof. What are the leading causes of cancer in Nigeria, according to your research, your findings? Because I think that will help Nigerians now begin to isolate and say, oh, this kind of lifestyle can cause cancer, let me avoid it. This can cause cancer, let me avoid it.
All right. So I think that is very important. So cancers are like malaria, which is caused by Plasmodium falciparum, that is carried by mosquito, and some other infectious diseases that causes infection, most of the cancers we have does not have a single etiologic agent, or I can say a single causative agent that we have that are causing a lot of havoc in the country is cervical cancer, which has been linked to human papilloma virus, which is a virus that a woman can contract during her life, maybe early years of her life, and then along the course of her life, the virus now causes some changes, what we call morphological changes, within the womb of the mouth, what we call the cervix of a woman. And from those changes that occurs, it can now subsequently lead to what we call cancers. A lot of things has been linked to contracting that diseases, that no infection, that is human papillomavirus infection. It has been linked with a woman like having multiple sexual partners, early coitus, and so many other things. But generally, most of the cancers that we have, as against saying that we have what a single item that causes them, we said we have some factors that increase the chances of an individual of getting this disease. And these factors, we call them risk factors. And now risk factors that we have that can cause cancer are now has been classified generally worldwide. We have modifiable and non-modifiable factors. But maybe because of time, if we can group them generally, if you look at alcohol ingestion, it has been reported widely to causes the increase of chances of an individual to come off with cancers of various organ or sites in the body. Likewise, smoking cigarette, obesity, that and bodily inactivity, that is lack of exercise. Taking a lot of meats has been implicated into that. Using of preservatives, in food, most of the chemicals that are within the beverages that we have nowadays have been linked to that. Exposure to radiation, maybe by virtue of the nature of work that an individual is doing, maybe from quarry side, all this mining activities, and so on and so forth.
So that's quite scary, but let's look at solutions now. In May, the House of Reps did pass a resolution for the federal government to subsidize cancer treatment and care. I wonder if your agency is part of that advocacy, such that Nigeria makes progress in the reduction of the 127,000 cancer burden in the world.
Yeah, so even before that, there has been a lot of effort being put in place by the agency. Remember that we had a series of meetings with the coordinating minister and the state minister for health, with my humble self, on how can we improve the access to the screening facilities and the much needed health education within the environment. Throughout last year, the Institute has been in virtually all the 6 geopolitical zones in the country, where it give like a kind of health education in cancer to strengthen, to improve the knowledge of the populace on what are the common risk factors and how they can prevent themselves from those things. Another very important effort made by the agency is currently we are working to establish screening centers within the 6 geopolitical zones in the country. We are targeting the tertiary institution, virtually within the country. Now, it's also may interest you to know that we have what we call Cancer Access Program. And these access programs are suitably fashioned to subsidize the cost of chemotherapeutic agents that we have generally in the country. It is actually a partnership and an MOU that the agency now entered with most of the renowned pharmaceutical companies within the country. And we have more than 22 hospitals or cancer centers that are enrolled into this cancer access and chemotherapy access partnership program. And what we do there is to subsidize the cost of quality and this effective medication to like 50% of their original cost. And then so that cancer patient can actually get the qualitative drug at a cost that they cannot get elsewhere. That is on the shelf if they go. Another very important partnership program that we are into is the Cancer Health Fund. We have what we call the Cancer Health Fund, which is purely meant for indigent cancer patients. It's not for those cancer patients that can afford the services or has relatives that can support their treatment. Cancer Health Fund is purely meant for indigent cancer patients that cannot afford that treatment. Now the government has championed this model of support to cancer patients through piloting in 6 regions. Nearly 6 cancer centers were selected, and we are currently piloting that program. We support their treatment right from surgery, chemotherapy, and even radiation treatment. Of course, we have some limited funds because the Cancer Health Fund was meant for the government to actually have a line or budgeted for some certain amount of money that can be used to support. There is also room for the agency to actually reach out to the philanthropists within the country to see how they can generate to improve or increase the fund that are available in the institute for the Cancer Health Fund in the institute, so that more patients can be treated. That has been running for it has been running for about 4 to 5 years now, and we are pushing hard to see that we have more funding in that, and through the reaching out, through collaboration with the NGOs and reaching out to the philanthropists that will support, so that more cancer patients, more indigent cancer patients can benefit from that. So these are just in the area of access, improving access to cancer treatment. In the area of equipment, it will also interest you to know, I know of recently, about 2 months back, the coordinating minister for health, Prof. Muhammad Ali Pate, has launched 3 additional cancer centers for the country. And this is quite commendable, because the location where these 3 have been placed will definitely improve access to the much needed cancer services that that our cancer patients require. 3 more are coming very soon, and that will amount to additional 6 cancer centers that are going to be launched within the 2 years of His Excellency Ahmed Bola Tinubu.
But will they be free?
Regime. And
will they be free? Will care be free there? Subsidized or expensive?
Well, okay, it will be subsidized, because the challenges we are having, these are very expensive equipment.
Indeed.
And the care to cancer worldwide is actually not free anywhere in the world. People have to pay heavily. But here, through the Cancer Health Fund and Chemotherapy Access Partnership Program that I've just mentioned, we intend to drastically reduce the cost.
Prof,
cancer.
It's good to hear about the work you're doing. I know that it's a long week for you. Starting from today, you have that big event coming up. But we must talk. We must remind you and other stakeholders about diagnosis issues and how we can ensure that cancer care is also included in insurance, health insurance, for majority of people who have this. But I know that this will form conversations we're having today and in the coming days. So we have to thank you, the Director General of the Nigerian Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment, Professor Usman Aliyu. Thank you for your time and wish you the very best.
Thank you for having me.
Well, and that's what we anchor on the show today. It's a big day for you, so we encourage you to go out there and make the most of it and carry it securely.
And more importantly, make the most of the week. We'll be here to make it a delight as always. Thank you for watching. I am Bukola Koka. Bye for now.